Tonight on Chronicles, from autism to ADD, how a Concord clinic is helping special needs kids to swing for the stars.
What we really try to do is give them that intense therapy here, pull the parent in at the end of the treatment session, talk about some of the things that we're doing and how to maybe do those same sorts of things at home.
Well, first up tonight, you know, being a parent is a challenging job, and if your child has special needs, you know that those challenges are often doubled.
But there is help out there to make it a little easier. One such place offering services to kids and parents, the Swing for the Stars Pediatric Therapy Center in Concord.
Now, they treat kids facing the challenges of autism, developmental delays, or sensory processing disorders.
We visited recently and saw how they give families what they need to succeed in a warm and welcoming environment.
Go! They're so warm and loving and patient. They will just wait out the children if they're, upset. They'll comfort them. They know the limits of the children.
Parents have nothing but praise for the staff at Swing for the Stars Pediatric Therapy Center in Concord, where kids living with some pretty complicated disorders are treated.
We provide occupational therapy services and speech therapy services. We look at kids from birth all the way up to 18. We really specialize in treating kids with autism spectrum disorder and sensory processing disorder, but we really see a whole gamut. We have some kids with cerebral palsy, some with Down syndrome. We really look at any kids that are having difficulty sort of accessing their environments and being independent with their daily skills.
For center owner and therapist Jody Heath, opening her own clinic was a way to fill a gap she saw in more standard methods of treatment.
I've worked for several different facilities that did community-based occupational therapy and speech therapy, and just felt with each one that there were some great strengths, but there were also a few things that were missing. I really felt like there wasn't enough parent involvement, there wasn't, the whole family approach to treatment, and it was something that I really wanted to work on. We see these kids 1 hour a week, or sometimes 2 hours a week, and the rest of the time they're at home. So, what we really try to do is give them that intense therapy here, pull the parent in at the end of the treatment session, talk about some of the things that we're doing and how to maybe do those same sorts of things at home.
That's the biggest piece, because you can read, like I said, every book you can find, but actually seeing it done and having someone tell you, this is why we do this, makes it so much easier to understand, because there's just, parents are overwhelmed. It's overwhelming, to learn all this stuff and worry about your kid at the same time. So to have somebody sit and teach you while working with your kid so that you can take that information and go home with it and use it there too, that much better. You can't get any better than that.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Set. Hold
Go!
on. Go!
Hi, Judy.
I'm gonna get you.
Wesley was diagnosed at 2 with classic autism. He, like I said, met the 12 out of the 14 criteria for autism. He has speech delays, he has motor delays, he has lack of social skills, feeding issues, gastric issues, the whole ball of wax, pretty much.
For Jessica Thompson of Concord, Swing for the Stars had everything her son Wesley needed.
He gets occupational therapy and speech therapy. He gets each an hour a week. In occupational therapy, he does things like swinging, bouncing, the rock wall, the zip line. He's working on his fine motor and his low muscle tone. We call him Gumby because he can literally put his feet behind his head. And so we're working on that low muscle tone. Fine motor things like writing with a pencil, cutting with scissors, things like that. In speech, he's learning some social skills, how to communicate, the rules of conversation, asking questions, waiting for a response, things like that.
What's the chicken wearing?
A glove.
Say, he's wearing gloves.
He's wearing gloves.
Good job.
Whether a child comes in with a diagnosis of autism or sensory processing or Down syndrome or no diagnosis at all, we really look at what the symptoms are for that child.
what areas of difficulty they're having and sort of the degree of difficulty that they're having, and really target those symptoms. We care a lot less about what the diagnosis is and just how do we get this child from where they are now to where we want them to be.
I'm very happy. He's made humongous strides. I mean, we are so pleased with how hard he works and how hard the girls here work him.
Are you ready?
Okay. Whoa! Going super fast!
I think a big part of having a place like this be successful is having people love their jobs. And all of these girls come in, they love their jobs, they're all happy, we all get along so well. We work well together as a team, and also with having our kids work together. And I think you can only be a good therapist when you love what you do.
This place makes it less overwhelming, you know, to have a therapist sit and explain it to you, to have a therapist understand that you don't know what they're talking about, and you need them to start at square one and talk to you like you're 5 sometimes, just to understand what they're talking about and how to help your kid. But it's hard to express how grateful you can be to people, you know, that help your kid through something they're struggling with.
At the end of the day, giving the kids what they need remains the #1 goal for parents and therapists alike. And while success can be measured in many ways, at Swing for the Stars, they often measure it in smiles.
Feel with 2 hands and see if you can find that moon rock. See if you can feel it. Can you feel something that feels different than the beans? What do you think? You found it!
It's the best part of the job. That's what really keeps you going on those days where you're exhausted and the days where maybe some of the kids are having a rough time. You know, when you see that smile on a child's face and they light up because they're doing something for the first time and it's something that's been hard for them for years and they can't wait to show it to mom and they can't wait to have dad come in and watch it. It's the best feeling.
I am very grateful for this place. And anybody who asks me, you know, where do you take your son? Swing for the Stars.